Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Impact or Hit. I, Joey Styles, Jonathan Coachman, and Ada English here. And today on Impact or Hit, we have a good show, Joey Styles says, and hopefully it will be a good show. Joey Styles says, and we understand that we understand that Wonder Woman's going to be here today on Impact or Hit. You got that right, Jonathan Coachman, says Joey. We're going to have a good show here today on Impact or Hit. And a lot of folks out there wonder, where can you watch the true one? If you don't got Access TV, which some folks do and some folks don't, then you could either watch it through some other website. We'll let you know. And WWE having a working deal with TNA or TNAW, makes it where at the end of the day you might see some folks from there go back and forth. John Coachman says. But we all want to know what Wonder Woman or Diana's doing here today on Impact or Hit. I'll tell you right now, Joey and Jonathan, both of you got Hebrewish borrowed names. And to tell you the truth, I don't know what Wonder Woman's doing here. But it's good to see Wonder Woman or Diana Alderling or Alderling Diana. Yeah, we all know she isn't good at hiding her name. And unlike the first one, it came from, from Walmart. This other one came from the Vinlander Thrift Middle. Alright, everyone. It is me, Wonder Woman, Diana Alderling, or Alderling Diana. And the first thing that I want to talk about is that the only thing they can come up with was to have me fight Donald Trump. I mean, come on. Is that really the only thing you can come up with? And I thought the Toy Wrestling Gathering was good at coming up with something. But we all know that it isn't like how it was back in the day. I mean, from between 93 YL until about 2012 YL. We're always coming up with cool things, and nowadays they're not coming up with many cool things to do. I mean, at one time we're doing cool things. And the only grounds to why they wanted me to fight Donald Trump was for, because they had no Carmella Harris doll, so they wanted me to take the stead of. They're like, Wonder Woman, you stand for love, you stand for right. You're an over-good doer. You won't mind fighting the owner of the Trump business and former four-sitter, the 4-1 Reichs, Donald Trump. You won't mind him, and that was who hit her with that box. That was Chris Jericho. Diana, Wonder Woman, whatever you want to call yourself. You want someone to truly fight with. You want someone, who'll be worth your time. Well, you're looking at him. You're looking at Chris Jericho. Formerly Catheart Chris Jericho. Y2J Chris Jericho. A man who has made his name and is well known for my time and SW, MSMW, ECW, WCW, WWF, WWE, and AEW. And you will know that I'm the man who beat you. Ha ha ha. And how do you like being beat by the former WWE heavyweight fighter and 7-time or at least 8-time World Heavyweight fighter, and the first AEW heavyweight fighter? I think I feel so great, I think I'll do it again. Bash! We put that Dollar Tree box we bought from the Dollar Tree to good work. Ah. Well, Joey Styles says Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho always known for doing shit like that. Always known for getting himself over and, and doing some shitty thing during all of his heel runs. We didn't think Chris Jericho would go after Wonder Woman, Joey Styles says. No, we didn't think so, Jonathan Coachman says. To tell you the truth is, I didn't think it would happen at all. But Chris Jericho has now started something of Wonder Woman, and he's going to have to end it. Well, I want to know what that's something going to be, Aiden English says. And is Chris Jericho going to be doing that? Like, is that going to be his new thing? Is that going to be like Chris Jericho's new thing? He comes and hits folks from behind, Aiden English says. Well, we got Diana's. We got Wonder Woman. Where's Chris Jericho at? Well, you got hit in the back of the head 2 times by a box that we bought from the Dollar Tree. Are you alright? Yeah, I'm good. I'm a strong woman. It takes more than 2 hits in the back of the head from a box from the Dollar Tree to beat me. So where's Chris Jericho at? I don't know. He ran out of the ring. I'll have to go look for him. Well, you do that, John Bradshaw Lakefield. You do that. Chris? Yeah? Me and you go back many years. But what you did there, that little stunt by hitting Wonder Woman in the back of the head with a box we got from the Dollar Tree yesterday, well, you're in a match with Wonder Woman here today on Impact or Hit. So tell me, former Cap Hart, Y2J, whatever offshoot you're playing these days, whatever the hell you're doing in AEW these days, that's not how it flies in the TWF. Oh, I can see, John Bradshaw Lakefield. You're the main overseer of the TWF. And the only time you ever on the show anyone is when you were the when you were the 4th main overseer of NXT from 2003 between while to 2004 between while. Took over for Dusty Rhodes, and Steven Regal took over for you again. Yeah? What's your grounds, Chris? You're fighting Wonder Woman here today. Well, it looks like Chris Jericho might not be happy to hear that he's going to be fighting Wonder Woman here today on Impact or Hit. Well, let me tell you something, folks. You won't be seeing Wonder Woman fight me because I hit her in the back of the head with the box I got from the Dollar Tree. And everyone knows that when you fight Chris Jericho, you got to have 2 eyes in the back of your head. You got to know, oh, ding, ding, that was a catastrophe kick. Wonder Woman gave Chris Jericho the catastrophe kick. Now she gave her the Wonder Woman cutter. Joey Styles says, that's right, Jonathan Coachman says, here comes Round Street on Chris Jericho. Wonder Woman doing all Cody Rhodes' holds. Other words, offshooting from Cody Rhodes. John Coachman said, Aiden English says, that's not going to be enough to beat Chris Jericho. 1, 2, and a kick out. See? No way are you going to beat the former WWE heavyweight fighter and also the 7-time World Heavyweight Fighter and the former 1-time AEW Heavyweight Fighter, Chris Jericho. Aiden English says, why did Chris Jericho start something with Wonder Woman for? Is he out of his mind? You know, is he out of his mind? Jonathan Coachman said, out of his mind, Joey Styles says. A chop from Wonder Woman on the Chris Jericho. I don't know, Jonathan Coachman says, if Chris Jericho is out of his mind, he's crazy or whatever. I think he isn't crazy. I think he knows what he's doing. There's always been a setup to all the things he's done during all his heel runs that he's ever had. Well, Chris Jericho played a stunt. Oh! And Wonder Woman went right to the side. And Chris Jericho, he just hit her down with a bulldog. And now he's doing the spinning moonsault, you know, on Wonder Woman. Joey Styles says, look out, Jonathan Coachman says, it's the Hidden Breaker. Jonathan Coachman said, yeah, is he going to do the Walls of Jericho? Joey Styles says. Aiden English says, I don't know if Chris Jericho can beat Wonder Woman this way. I don't know if she's going to yield to the Walls of Jericho or not, Aiden English says. Yes, he may beat Chyna, the only woman he ever wrestled. But even then, I don't really think even then, he's not going to make Wonder Woman yield that way. Well, it didn't work. Another Hidden Breaker on the Wonder Woman, Joey Styles says. Looks like Jonathan Coachman says Chris Jericho will beat Wonder Woman. Aiden English says Wonder Woman put up a good fight, but those two Hidden Breakers and the Walls of Jericho are just too much for her. Or maybe get hit in the back of the box was too much for her. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, Chris Jericho. And Chris Jericho, who has won almost every winning there was to win, either in WCW or in WWF, WWE, or AEW so far. And I don't know if this match is going to be over or not. And Chris Jericho has walked out of the ring now. He's happy with himself. He's happy with himself, Joey Styles says. He beat Wonder Woman, Joey Styles says. Yes, he did. Yes, he did, Jonathan Coachman says. He did beat Wonder Woman, but it took 2 Hidden Breakers and the Walls of Jericho to get it done, Jonathan Coachman says. And I'll tell you one thing right now, Aiden English says. Chris Jericho started something with Wonder Woman, and we won't know why, but your guess is good as mine of why he's doing it. We'll take it away now to Michael Cole. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Joey and Jonathan. Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. I'm going to be talking with Chris Jericho here today on Impact or Hit. All right, Chris Jericho. I have known you since between 99 YL on and off. And now you pull this stunt. Why'd you strike Wonder Woman like that? First off, Michael Cole, why would I not strike Wonder Woman like that? Why would I not do something like that to her? You know, you got to make a name for yourself. I haven't been in a TWF in a long time. You know how long I've been in matches for? Years. Mostly just the last time anybody saw me in a TWF, this would have been at late 2003 YL or the end of 2002 YL when I beat up Kevin Nash and threw a wrestling ring on him and said that I was the king of the world. And let's just say, Chris Jericho says, no, I take it back. Because the last time, no, it's been a long time since I've been wrestling a TWF. And one time I was teaming up with Faith, but whatever. That's here and now. So, Diana Prince or Eldling Diana, Wonder Woman, I don't care if you are a over good doer, you still lost to the Hidden Breaker, and the Walls of Jericho. So, other words, Chris Jericho, you're still playing the heel, still playing the creep, right? I've always been a heel and a creep. I just shifted myself up over all these years. You know how I've been in the wrestling business on and off for years? Because I keep on shifting myself. I don't play the same self. I went from playing the Cat Heart Chris Jericho to Y2J Chris Jericho to what our offshoot of Chris Jericho I'm doing these days. Well, Chris Jericho, he chose to go after Diana, Wonder Woman. Why? We don't know. But he wants to make a name for himself. Back to you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. Well, thank you, Michael Cole, for talking with Chris Jericho here today on Impact or Hit. And that's all the time we got here for Impact or Hit. I, Joey Styles, Jonathan Coachman, and Aiden English. We hope you like Impact or Hit, and we'll see you tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown.